Inspiring speedsters. So today I'm going to go through that one exercise that you can get faster by doing it without actually running. This game-changing exercise has helped countless of athletes around the world in different sports without even them knowing that it's helping their speed enormously. And let's get your speed to the next level. Let's go. The one exercise that can revolutionize your speed without adding extra running volume is bounding. Bounding is an explosive plyometric exercise that comes in two simple and main variations. Power bounding, which for max distance with each bound, trying to get as far as you can. The second variation is speed bounding. Speed bounds prioritize rapid ground contacts and quick, efficient recoils off the ground. The emphasis is on applying force very fast and quick, propelling you forward with each explosive bound in very little time on the ground. Okay, let's now take a deep dive into the science behind power bounding and explore how this explosive exercise can transform your speed. Power bounding is a plyometric exercise that closely mimics the key mechanical components of sprinting. By emphasizing horizontal force production, explosive knee drive, and rapid ground contacts, power bounding serves as a potent training tool for enhancing athlete-specific strength and power. When you examine the biomechanics of power bounding and sprinting, you'll notice striking similarities. During the initial acceleration phase of sprinting, athletes must generate high levels of horizontal force to propel themselves forward. This requires powerful extension of the hip, knee, and ankle joints, the same motion emphasized during power bounding. The sprint-specific nature of power bounding is further supported by electromyography, EMG, research. A study published in the Journal of Applied Biomechanics by Mero and Comey compared the muscle activation patterns of sprinters during maximal bounding, stepping, hopping, and sprint running. The results showed that power bounding elicits similar EMG activity in key leg muscles compared to sprinting. The glutes, quadriceps, hamstrings, and calves demonstrated high levels of activation during both activities, confirming that power bounding effectively targets the same muscle groups used in sprinting. The study also found that stepping and hopping exercises generated even greater reactive forces than sprinting, highlighting their potential as sprint-specific strength exercises. These findings underscore the importance of incorporating plyometric exercises like power bounding into a speed athlete training program to develop the explosive strength needed for optimal performance. Let's go over to speed bounding. Speed bounding is a highly effective exercise for improving sprinting performance, as it closely mimics the ground contact times and stiffness demands of high-speed running. Let's take a closer look at how speed bounding transfers to faster sprint times. Research again by Mero and Comey has shown that the ground contact times during speed bounding are remarkably similar to those observed in maximal sprinting. In their study, elite sprinters exhibited ground contact times of around 120 milliseconds during speed bounding, which closely matches the contact times recorded during the top speed phase of sprinting. This similarity in ground contact times is crucial because it allows athletes to train their neuromuscular system to apply force rapidly and efficiently, just as they would during high-speed running. By minimizing time on the ground and maximizing the horizontal component of force, speed bounding reinforces the key mechanical demands of top-end sprinting. The transfer of speed bounding to sprinting performance is further supported by research conducted by Dr. Bondarchuk, a renowned sports scientist and coach. In his studies, Bondarchuk found that speed bounding performance had the highest correlation with sprinting speed compared to other plyometric exercises. This strong correlation suggests that the specific biomechanical and neuromuscular demands of speed bounding translate directly to improved sprinting performance. By regularly incorporating speed bounding into their training, athletes can develop the rapid force production, efficient ground contact mechanics, and optimal leg stiffness needed to achieve faster sprint times. Okay, now to the action part. To set up for power bounding, you'll need a flat surface and a tape measure. Lay out the tape measure in a straight line to serve as your guide for assessing distance and tracking progress. There are two main ways to perform power bounds for assessment. Start 5 meters back from the beginning of the tape measure. Perform 10 consecutive bounds aiming to land as far as you can. Take a measurement at the heel. The other way is from a dead stop. Start with your toes behind the beginning of the tape measure. From a standing position, perform 10 maximal power bounds. This is more for starting explosive power. Ground contacts for this one are much longer, emphasizing accelerative power. I personally like to do the first version as it's more speed and shorter ground contacts. To set up for speed bounding, find a flat, non-slip surface with plenty of space to perform the exercise safely. start with no equipment, as the main focus is on explosive, rapid bounding rather than measuring distance. Land with a stiff leg and minimal ground contact time, as if getting off hot coals. Immediately push off, alternating legs with each bound. Now that you've seen the proper form for power and speed bounding, let's discuss how to incorporate these exercises into your training schedule for optimal results. For power bounding, aim to perform 1 session per week, ideally on a day when you're feeling fresh and well recovered. When it comes to speed bounding, I recommend performing 1 session per week. If you're looking to combine speed bounding with power bounding, consider alternating between the 2 exercises every other week. This approach allows for adequate recovery and helps prevent overtraining. Strategically incorporating power and speed bounding sessions into your training schedule and prioritizing recovery, you'll be able to reap the benefits of these exercises while minimizing the risk of overtraining or injury. Remember, consistency and proper progression are key when integrating plyometric exercises into your training regimen. Focus on maintaining proper form, allowing for adequate rest, and gradually increasing volume and intensity over time.
Remember, speed bounding and power bounding is for anyone trying to take their athleticism to the next level. Whether you're a sprinter trying to get milliseconds off your top end speed or acceleration, or you're a footballer or rugby league player that's trying to get a bit more fast in a breakaway. Until next time, keep seeking progress and keep pushing limits. Let's go.